If this video does help out in any way, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always judge mine later. All right, so getting straight into the top 5 best Warzone 2 loadouts, I was rocking the Lockman 5.56 at number 5. For the barrel, I was rocking the Lockman Wrap Barrel for the damage range, recoil control, and bullet velocity. Left side, I was rocking it at plus 0.32. It tunes towards recoil steadiness, and then for the bottom one, I left it alone at 0.00. For the muzzle, I was rocking the Harbinger. Increase your damage range, your bullet velocity, your recoil control. No brainer. You're going to see Harbinger on pretty much every gun in the entire game. It's a very, very broken muzzle, very overpowered, man. I definitely would recommend it. And then for the left side, I was rocking it at negative 0.45, and the bottom one at plus 0.84. For the underbarrel, I was rocking the F-Tac Ripper. Left side at plus 0.54, bottom at plus 0.28. You're going to see the Ripper on pretty much every gun in the entire game, and it's a very, very good underbarrel. Probably the best underbarrel in the entire game. It definitely makes you all rocking the Ripper. For the optic, man, AMOP V4, easily the best optic in Warzone 2. The reason you don't see people rocking the VLK is because in Warzone 2, the VLK actually does have a glint, so it's going to get you killed more often than not. And then for the left side, I was rocking it at just 0.0 and leave it alone. And then for the bottom one at plus 1.80, tuned towards close. And then for the magazine, I was rocking the 40 round mag. The Lockman 5.56 is actually a pretty slow shooting weapon. It's not like something like the Fennec, so I really don't think you need a 60. If you guys do feel like you are running out of ammo, definitely go ahead and throw the 60 round. I felt like 40 was enough, and you do get more recoil control and more mobility out of the 40 rounds. So I was rocking the 40 round mag over the 60. And then here's the full Lockman 5.56 build with the full tuning at close range, medium range, and finally a long range. Like I said, a very, very underrated gun. I'm not sure why more people don't use it. I just recently figured out about it. It's a very, very good gun. You know, no recoil, good mag size. Definitely, I would say one of the most underrated guns in Warzone 2. Now, moving on to number 4, man, the FSS Hurricane. This is one of my favorite guns in the entire game, man. Every time I pick it up on ground loot, I absolutely fry with it. Very, very broken gun. It virtually has no recoil, and it has good mobility, good mag size. Really, really, really underrated gun in Warzone 2. So for the FSS Hurricane, for the barrel, I was rocking the FSS Cannonade 16-inch for the damage range, hip fire accuracy, and the extra bullet velocity. For the left side, I was rocking it plus 0.16. It tuned towards recoil. Bottom plus 0.40, tuned towards damage. For the underbarrel, man, F-Tac Ripper, you're going to see this on every single gun pretty much in the entire game. It's very, very good. You get aiming out of stability, which is probably the best stat in the entire game behind bullet velocity, and you get hip fire accuracy and recoil stabilization. For the tuning, I was left side at negative 0.80, bottom one I left it alone at 0. For the muzzle, I was rocking the EXF Huntress for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, and a recoil smoothness alongside a recoil control. For the left side, I was rocking it at plus 0.77, tuned towards a recoil smoothness. Bottom one, I was tuning it towards bullet velocity at plus 0.38 inches. And then for the last attachment, you guys can actually rock whatever you want. If you don't like the iron sights, go ahead and throw in a Chrono Mini Pro. I like the iron sights, so I went ahead and throw on the FSS OLE laser and then left the tuning alone on that. Here's the FSS Hurricane with the maxed out tuning at close range, medium range, and finally a long range. You guys see it's a very, very underrated gun. I don't know why more people don't use it. It has a 50 round mag by default. You know, no recoil, shoots across the map like an AR, SMG. What else can I say? Very, very underrated gun, man. One of my favorite guns in Warzone 2 for sure. For the number 4 slot for the best loadout in Warzone 2, had to give it to the P90 and the M4. For the P90 on the barrel, I was rocking the F-Tac series for the damage range, hip fire accuracy, movement speed, and bullet velocity. For the left side, I was rocking it negative 0.50 aim walking speed, a bottom one a plus negative 0.14 ADS speed. For the laser, I was rocking the left side at negative 0.2 at 3, tuned towards sprint to fire speed. For the bottom one at negative 14.81, you get ADS speed, aiming out of stability, and a sprint to fire speed. Then I like rocking a red dot, man. Some people like the P90 iron sights. I'm not one of those people, man. So I personally like the red dot for the more of a precision sight picture. And then on the red dot, left side tuning, left alone, a bottom one, I like it tuned towards close for the bigger sight picture at plus 2.25 inches. For the hollow extended stock, I was rocking the 8 for the aim walking speed and the sprint speed. And then left side at negative 2.45, a tuned towards ADS speed. A bottom one is negative 0.23, tuned towards aim walking speed. For the last but not least, for the rail, I was rocking the GR33 light rail for the movement speed. Pretty much a max mobility P90, man. Left side at negative 0.37, tuned towards sprint speed. Bottom one at sprint speed at negative 0.17. I recommend you guys stay within a 10-meter range with this P90 just because it's built around mobility and aim walking speed. Anything past 10 meters is going to be iffy. Maybe 12 meters you guys will be good, but anything past 10 meters, I just wouldn't recommend it. Just keep it in close range and it'll be pretty much unstoppable, man. A very good gun. For the M4 loadout, I was rocking the high tower barrel for the bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. For the optic, I was rocking the best optic in the game, the AIM Op V4. For the muzzle, I was rocking the Harbinger D20. For the underbarrel, I was rocking the VX Pineapple for the ADS speed and the recoil control. And then last but not least, I was rocking the 60 round mag for the extra magazine ammo capacity, since the M4 is a pretty fast shooting weapon. Here's the M4 with the full tuning and maxed out build at close range, medium range, and finally at long range. So even with the M4, we got the recoil down. You know, it's not going to be crazy amount of recoil control because it is an M4, but fan favorite gun for a reason, man. You really can't go wrong with the M4. A very good weapon. For the best TAC 56 class setup in a Warzone 2, for the barrel, I was rocking the Tundra Pro barrel, 17.5 inch for the damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity. For the muzzle, I was rocking the Harbinger D20 for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. For the underbarrel, no brainer, man. F-Tac Ripper, one of, if not the best underbarrels in Warzone 2, man. So all the pros use are very broken. You get aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. For the ammunition, I was rocking high velocity, going to increase your bullet speed. Faster your bullet is, faster it hits the target, faster the target dies. A no-brainer, definitely rock high velocity. Then last but not least, I was rocking the 40 round mag for the extra magazine ammo capacity. If you guys are struggling keeping ammo in the gun, you feel like you are running out of ammo in gunfights, you can go to 60 round. Just be aware it's going to lower your mobility and the recoil control on the weapon. So that was why I was rocking the 40 round over the 60. The TAC 56 is one of my favorite guns in Warzone 2, man. No recoil, good magazine ammo capacity, hits like a truck. You really can't go wrong with it, man. Definitely a very good weapon. Now here we are getting into the good stuff, man, and probably why you guys are here. Number 2 loadout, I was rocking the Sakin MG38 and the Lachmann sub. For the best Sakin MG38 loadout in Warzone 2, on the barrel, I was rocking the Bruin Silver Series barrel for the bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. For the muzzle, I was rocking the Castovia DX90 for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, recoil smoothness, and recoil control. For the underbarrel, I was rocking the Cronin WL55 for the aiming out stability, aim walking steadiness, and recoil steadiness. For the ammunition, obviously no brainer, high velocity for that extra added bullet speed. And then last but not least, for the optic, man, AIM Op V4, you're going to see this on pretty much every Warzone 2, man, or every gun in Warzone 2. It's a very broken optic, man. Probably the best, if not the best in the entire game. It definitely makes you all rocking the AIM Op V4. Here's the Sakin MG38 at close range, medium range, and finally at long range. You guys can see it literally hits like a truck, deletes the targets. The only thing holding back the Sakin LMG. So it's not like an SMG, you're not going to be running up, pulling up like that. More often than not, you're going to be like this, aiming around corners and walking up to somebody. So we really don't have to worry about the ADS time too much. The gun hits like a truck. It all around a very good gun, man, and definitely one of my favorites in Warzone 2. For the Lachmann sub loadout in Warzone 2, on the barrel, I was rocking the L38 Falcon for the movement speed and the ADS speed. For the laser, I was rocking the VLK laser for the ADS speed, aim and stabilities, and sprint to fire speed. For the ammunition, I was rocking the Hollow Point. The Hollow Point is a very underrated ammunition type. I believe more people will start using it once they figure out about it. I don't think a lot of people know about it right now, but very overpowered. For the magazine, I was rocking the 40 round mag. And then last but not least, for the rear grip, I was rocking the Lachmann TCG10 for the extra added recoil control. Kills the practice dummies in like 2, maybe 3 shots. Even can shoot long range without a grip, which is very crazy, man. Usually you need a long ass grip on the guns to be able to shoot it at long and maybe even medium ranges. So very good gun. The only gun you are going to die to while using a Lachmann is, of course, a shotgun, the fire shotgun, but they will nerf that soon. I really do think they will. And then the Lachmann sub will just be the king after they nerf the fire shotgun. Now moving on to the absolute best loadout in Warzone 2, the ISO Hemlock, and of course the notorious fire shotgun. For the ISO Hemlock loadout in Warzone 2, on the optic, I was rocking the AIM Op V4. Obvious choice here, man. A very overpowered optic, easily the best in the entire game. For the muzzle, I was rocking the Harbinger D20 for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. For the underbarrel, same story, man. A very overpowered F-Tac Ripper, aiming item stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. For the ammunition, high velocity. For the extra added bullet speed. And then last but not least, for the magazine, I was rocking the 45 round mag. I personally tuned the Hemlock for the close sight picture so I can get a bigger sight picture. So here it is at close range, medium range, and finally a long range. You guys can see it literally does not move when you shoot it. So ISO Hemlock is just one of those guns that no clickbait, literally doesn't move when you shoot it. One of my favorite guns I've ever used in Warzone 2. Very, very good. No recoil, good mag size, good TTK, and a very, very fun weapon to use. Now moving on to the #1 gun in Warzone 2, you guys probably noticed, man, the Fire Shotty. Very, very, very unfun to go against. For the #1 best loadout in Warzone 2, man, a KV broadside on the barrel. I was rocking the range 12 for the damage range, hip fire accuracy, and the extra added velocity. For the stock, obviously the VLK stockless, so we can get the ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip fire recoil control. For the ammunition, obvious choice here, man. The gun does not work without the Dragon's Breath for the extra incendiary damage, like the people on fire that you shoot. For the magazine, I was rocking a 25 shell drum. If you guys are rocking solos, go ahead and throw in the 12 shell. I play quad, so I do rock the 25 shell. And then for the rear grip, I was rocking the True Tag grip for the sprint to fire speed and the extra added ADS speed. Now, the reason I do rock the ADS speed on the KV broadside is because I play with auto tac sprint, man. If you guys don't know, with auto tac sprint enabled, it makes it very, very hard to shoot a shotgun at hip fire, man. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I try to shoot and move forward at the same time. It just doesn't work, you know, with auto tac sprint enabled. So I personally like to aim in with the KV broadside, just because with the auto tac sprint, the gun's pretty much unusable. So aiming in is pretty much the same thing. It may be even better because you do get more recoil control out of it. But anyway, man, hope you guys did enjoy this Warzone 2 best loadouts, man. They are probably going to nerf the majority of these weapons that I did list in the video, man. At least the top 2 loadouts. So make sure you guys pick up some wins and kills with these loadouts, man, while they are still in the game, while they are still very, very broken. But hope you guys did enjoy the video, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.